Now that you have your research, it is time to start gathering the pieces you need to make your video. Let's watch a little portion of this video to see the two different ways that you can add text or words to your video. The first way that you can add words to your video is shown in this example. You'll see it says World War II Memorial by Tiffany Wiley. There is no picture. This is what they call a text-only slide. Here is another example of a text-only slide. I want you to pay in particular attention to this text-only slide. This will be the top part that they call a title. This down here will be the part they call a subtitle. That will be important to understand. You have a couple of pictures. Here's another text-only slide. Title, subtitle. Now, here's a picture, and this is kind of in the way, but you can notice there's a picture up here and what we call a picture caption. Down here, here's another good example, picture with caption. So those are the two ways that you'll be able to put pictures in your video. I meant through text only and picture captions. Now to look under the hood, so to speak, or to see how you actually put those words in, how they get into your video. If you remember, I mentioned that you have a text-only slide. Here's an example of the one that said World War II Memorial by Tiffany Wiley. You have one line up here and one line down here to put your text in. You have a limited number of characters. Characters, what am I talking about? Every time you push a button on the keyboard, that counts as a character. Let me show you for a better example. You have 40 characters for the first line, which they say title. It does not have to technically be a title, but words that you want on the first line, and then 50 characters for the second one. So if you'll notice, every time I type something, I have a W. That took away one character. O-R-L-D. That's 5 characters, but wait, when I hit space, that is a character. If I were to do punctuation, that counts as a character. Even quotation marks counts as a character. If you notice, I've already used 8 characters, but I only have 5 letters. I have a space and 2 pieces of punctuation. So that is where your word count comes in. This is very important because when you get down to the end, it will not let you go past 40 characters in this line and 50 characters in this line. Now, for the picture captions, let's look at those. In picture caption, you can have up to 50 characters. You can see I've typed it in here. Even the one that appeared at the top in the video is actually still in the same place. It's hard to see here on this video, but you can see I only have 6 characters left. I wrote between the Washington and Lincoln memorials. So you have to really be aware of your count on the number of characters that you're using. Now, so how do I plan this? Okay, here's a planning sheet. You're going to need to be using this to decide what's going to be your text-only slides and what's going to be on picture captions. So on one side, it will say text-only slides. You'll see you have a 1 and a 1A, because if you remember, you have those 2 lines of text. So you can put up to 40 spaces or 40 characters here and 50 characters here. On the other side, it says captions on pictures. This will be something that you want a picture to go with, and you have 50 spaces for that. If you'll notice, I have divided this so that you have those number of spaces. Okay, looking at my notes. The first slide I want to put in, I just want Jamestown. Each letter goes in a different square. Jamestown. And that's all I want on that top line. And then I'm going to do this on the second line. One character per box. Now, I want another slide to talk about the story part. I'm not sure how many characters that's going to be. I might have to get a little creative. So I think I'm going to try to put this in and see how many characters I have left. So in this, I have 40 spaces, one character, and I have an apostrophe. That gets a space all by itself. Space. I'm going to go ahead and do it like that. Space. And then permanent. Now, even though the line ends right here on my paper, this is all one long line. These two together are one long line in the video. So I don't skip a space because I'm not at the end of a word. Permanent, space, colony. And you would see I wouldn't have enough room to put in North America. But because this is a text-only slide, I have that second line down here, the 2A. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put this in and not have a picture with this one, and this just be a text-only slide. It's okay to have characters left over. Now for picture captions. You'll want to have more picture captions than text-only slides because pictures will make your video more interesting for the students that are watching it. So I look at my paper and I notice in the appearance there are quite a few things that I'm going to want to find a picture of and have a caption. So for example, on this first one it says footbridge and wildlife. And then it talks about the pitch and tar swamp. I have these two lines because remember this is one long line in the video in Animoto. So I'm going to write footbridge. I have to make sure I spell everything correctly because that will make a difference in my character count. So footbridge and wildlife, and I'm going to say in, even though this is the end of this line, remember it's continuous. In, I'm going to say pitch and tar swamp. Okay, it all fit. Awesome. So then the next picture, I think that I will talk about the Pocahontas statue. Remember, one character for each space. Even the spaces is 18. Remember, this is one continuous line, even though on this paper it's broken up into two lines. 18 feet tall. Now, if you look at some of my later ones down here, there's a lot more, and I'm going to have to make some decisions on how I'm going to say that. So on this 1907 Memorial Church, and then it says it's on the foundation of America's first representative assembly. I think I might split that into two pictures. So I could say the 1907 Memorial Church. And then perhaps I could do ... Or maybe I just changed my mind. So I erase that. I'm going to say on the foundation of, and then I'm going to do the ... so that my viewers will know that it's continued on the next picture. And that's where I can put America's first representative and write the rest of it out. So this will be one picture and this will be another picture, but I connect them with the ...